Hey guys, it's Chanel Diane. So I wanted to come back and talk to you guys about the basics of keto dieting. Keto, whatever, okay? So in my first video, I did not expect the response that I got. I just put up a video, I didn't think much of it, and it went crazy. Like, the views on that video are insane. And then I've had a lot of people say, oh, you're supposed to do this with keto, you're supposed to do this, and you can't do that, and the snacks that you said you ate in the video, they're wrong, da da da. So I wanted to make a video that explained the hard truths, exactly what you need to do, breaks it down so you can understand what keto is, how it's different from Atkins or paleo, all that stuff. I also wanted to put a disclaimer here because clearly y'all missed this in my other videos. I'm not a nutritionist. I just did what worked for me. I did research, and I suggest you do the same. Don't just take my word for it. Do some research. I'll put some links down below in the info bar that are websites that I went to when I first started, just so you can take a look and, you know, further inform yourself. Again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a diet doctor. Please make sure before you embark on any diets or lifestyle changes that you consult a professional. And again, do your own research. I'm an advocate of research. With that being said, I'm going to tell you from my, and I don't know everything in the world, but from my research, this is what I found. This is what I stuck with. This is what worked for me. This is how I lost my 70-something pounds. I think right now, because I'm at 172, I've been eating like crazy. I'm not currently following the keto diet only because I felt like I was losing weight way too fast. Like, I wanted to lose weight and I was super excited for it. Then I felt like I was losing weight too fast. My skin, I do have flabby skin. My arms are flabby. I don't want y'all to think that, hey, she lost all this weight and she's fine. No, I didn't work out, which is another reason why I'm so flabby. I highly encourage you to work out. If you don't pull anything else from this, please make sure you work out. So I'm down 74 pounds as of today because I started off at 246 in October 2016. As of today, which is June 27th, 2017, I am down 74 pounds. I'm 172 pounds. I have intentions of losing 20 more pounds, so I'm getting back on the keto diet, and I'm going to do it hardcore and stick to it. As of right now, I don't stick to it, so just, hey, whatever, don't judge me. Okay, so into the basics. What keto is, what the difference is between keto and Atkins, because everyone says, oh, it's the Atkins diet, it's the Atkins diet. No, not really. So let me break it down what the difference is. So keto is a high fat, and I'm looking at my notes just to guarantee that I'm telling you the right thing. Keto is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. Got that? So you're going to eat a lot of fatty foods. So you eat butters, you can eat cheese, you can eat bacon, you can eat so many things. However, there is a comma and a but there, because you cannot, like, it's moderate protein. So it's not just eat protein. Like on Atkins, you can eat meat and potatoes every day and be within the Atkins realm. You cannot do that on keto, for a keto diet, because the potato has way too much starch, so you just can't eat it all the time, and then you have to have moderate protein, so keep that in mind. So it's high fat, moderate protein, low carb, while the Atkins diet is high fat, high protein, and low carb. And then paleo is high fat, grain free, dairy free, low carb, moderate protein. It's a whole nother ballgame, so we're not gonna get there. We're just gonna stick with keto, and then I may reference Atkins every once in a while just so you can understand the differences, so you can decide for yourself what is best for you. But I do suggest to research Atkins, because some people on the Atkins diet had a lot of high blood pressure. However, the differences in keto is a bit better, in my opinion, and from my research. It also helps your mind. Like, I have seizures, and honestly, since being on keto, like, I haven't had seizures. My anxiety has gone down. Yeah, and I'll get into the benefits of that. So paleo doesn't have to be keto, but often is, because it focuses on whole foods and rejects any processed or cultivated foods like grains. So with paleo, you just have to eat whole foods. That's it. So if it comes from the ground, grows on the tree, that's what you eat. Or no, if you, and I said it wrong. I said Atkins is if you can eat meat and potatoes, but it's actually paleo. You can just eat meat and potatoes, but the starch in the potatoes does not make it keto friendly. Atkins is a diet that involves starting in ketosis and remaining in ketosis. Now listen, with the Atkins diet, there's like different like stages of the Atkins diet. So you don't end up being in ketosis like your whole time on the Atkins diet. It's just like when you first start out, you're disciplined and you have to stick to a strict regimen, and that's how you end up in ketosis. And that's called the induction phase of the Atkins diet. After induction, you gradually reintroduce carbs, making sure to still remain lower carb and avoid junky processed carbs and sugars. So Atkins, there's only a small window of time of which you're in ketosis on a regular basis before you start introducing other things that you normally eat back into your diet. So I would say right now I'm more on like an Atkins diet than a strict keto, because I'm trying to maintain. I really in the past couple of months haven't been focused on dropping weight. I've just been focusing on maintaining. Now that I've kind of leveled out, plateaued, which means I'm not losing any more weight, and I have realized that my goal is another 20 pounds, I'm about to get on it, honey. Like, she's about to be keto out all day, every day, strict diet. So ketosis is a very effective way to lose weight. It works, guys. Like, if you actually do what's involved in keto, you're gonna lose weight. That's if you actually stick to everything that it says instead of me and pick and choosing now. Stick with everything, you will lose weight. So what happens is your metabolism starts to think that you're starving. Thus, your body stops trying to burn sugars for fuel and starts burning your fat stores. Okay, so that's how you lose weight so quickly. It also has a lot of neurological effects like elevated mood and suppressed appetite, both of which help with sustaining weight loss. So keto worked for me, and I've done every diet under the sun. Keto worked for me only because, like they said, I was a little happier doing keto, because I didn't really feel like with their selection of foods that you can eat, I didn't really feel like I was missing much. Now, I am a sugar junkie up to an extent, so there were times where I was like, oh my gosh, I just want, you know, some sugar, or, you know, you have to find your alternatives within keto. But I did notice, like I said, my seizures have stopped, and what else? My mood is a lot better. I have noticed, and my appetite is gone. I have noticed though, with me not being as strict on my diet or following the keto lifestyle, there has been 1 or 2 occasions recently where I did feel like I was gonna have a seizure. I didn't, thank God, but I can feel like things are starting to change. You know, if you put a whole bunch of processed stuff in your body, like, you're gonna kind of go haywire anyway, but that's neither here nor there. So let's see. And then it's crazy because a lot of people who have seizures and whatnot, they do end up on a keto diet because it does help epilepsy, especially in children. If your children have epilepsy, I would encourage you to switch to a keto diet. It does help. It helps a lot. So the main thing with keto is you want to make sure that you have 20 to 50 net carbs per day. That's it. No, that is all. 20 to 50. That's it. So it's a very, very strict carbohydrate diet. Like, you have little to no carbs. So no breads, no grains. You can't even eat corn, no potatoes. You can't eat black beans. There's so many things that you cannot eat that you may not even realize that you even liked, because I swear I didn't start craving some of these things until I couldn't have them anymore. But let me pull out my notes, because I'm going to tell you exactly, and I'm going to be looking down, so forgive me, but I'm going to tell you exactly what you can eat and what you can't eat. So all of these items, they stick to the strict 5% carb allowance that we use in keto. In general, you can eat from the following food groups. So for fats and oils, try to get your fat from natural sources like meats and nuts. Supplement with saturated fats like coconut oil, butter, and olives. So you can have whole butter, not like fat-free. No, you need to eat whole butter. And then you can cook with coconut oil or olive oil. Protein. Try to stick with organic, pasteurized, and grass-fed meat where possible. Most meats don't have added sugar in them, so they can be consumed in moderate quantity. Remember that too much protein on a keto diet is not a good thing. So again, the difference between Atkins and keto, you can have all the protein your heart desires on the Atkins diet. You cannot do that with keto. It has to be a moderate amount of protein. Vegetables, fresh or frozen. Honestly, for me, just a tip, it was easier for me to have frozen veggies like broccoli and spinach and whatnot than it was to try to keep like fresh veggies in my house, because they just go bad. Like, I'm so finicky and I like variety of foods that it's just easier for me, and that's what I did when I was like strict with it. I would just buy frozen. It was way easier. Stick with above ground vegetables, leaning toward leafy green items. So if it grows from the ground, you can have it, honey. It's yours. You can have, you know, spinach works, kale works, cabbage, things like that. Dairy. Most dairy is fine, but make sure to buy full fat dairy items. So hard cheeses typically have lower carbs than like the fat-free and all the other stuff. And a tip is you want to make sure that you actually buy like a block of cheese, because what they put in when you buy shredded cheese, the stuff that they put in it to keep it from attaching to each other is just like an added thing that you don't need. So if you just buy the block and shred it yourself, like, it's a lot better for you. Just thought I shared that. Nuts and seeds in moderation. Nuts and seeds can be used to create some fantastic textures. Try to use fattier nuts like macadamia nuts and almonds. Beverages. Stay simple, stick to water, because realistically, if you can't, there's so many fruits you can't have that trying to buy anything out of the store really isn't gonna work. There's so much sugar added into the juice, it really won't work. So water is gonna be your friend. I haven't looked into it. I need to see if like Crystal Light is like actually keto friendly. I know as a dieter it's a better option than like juice and soda, but for keto, strict keto, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna look it up and I'll let y'all know in the next video. You can use stevia based flavorings, or you can use lemon or lime juices. Saturated fats, eat these. I already told you, butter, coconut oil, lard, you can have that. You can also eat olive oil, avocado, and macadamia nut oils. And then let's see. Oh, you don't want to have processed fats like the heart healthy butter is really not good for you, or margarine is really not good for you. So don't eat that. You can have fatty fish though, so you can eat different types of fish. Just stay away from any diet anything really, because you can't have like the fat-free or healthy start butters or anything like that. So whole milk, whole butter, whole cheeses, hard cheeses, that's like a big one. No margarine, and crazy enough, margarine is actually linked to heart disease, so you want to stay away from that anyway. So you can have fatty fish, animal fat, lard, avocados, egg yolks, macadamia and Brazil nuts, butter, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, and macadamia oil. If you don't eat pork or beef, you can always substitute lamb in its place since it is very fatty. Replace cuts of meat like bacon with similar leaner items. Add extra fat if needed. Some examples of how to get your protein in would be, for fish, you can have anything that is caught wild, like catfish, cod, flounder, halibut, mahi, salmon, snapper, trout, tuna, and fattier fish is better. Shellfish, clams, oysters, lobster, crabs, scallops, mussels, and squid. You hear how good that sounds? I'm a seafood junkie, so that within itself, like I'm game. I can stick with it because of that. Try to get them for eggs, get them free range from a local market if possible. And you can have them fried, you can have them deviled, boiled, poached, and scrambled. For beef, you can have ground beef, steak, roast, stew meat, stick with fattier cuts where possible. Pork, you can have ground pork, pork loin, pork chops, tenderloin, and ham. Watch out for added sugars with your pork. So if it's like Thanksgiving and you're getting like a honey baked ham, you might want to stick away from it because it has like, you know, a lot of sugar on top and everything. So just keep that in mind. Poultry, you can have chicken, duck, quail, pheasant, and wild game. Other meat you can have is veal, goat, lamb, turkey, and other wild game. And again, stick with the fattier cuts where possible. Nut butter. Go for natural unsweetened nuts and try to stick with fattier versions like the almond butter and macadamia nut butter. Peanuts are high in omega-6, so be careful about overconsumption of peanuts. Nightshades. You can have tomato, eggplant, and peppers, root vegetables, onion, parsnip, garlic, mushrooms, and squash, berries, raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries, not strawberries. Yeah, sucks. Citrus, you can have lemon, lime, and orange juice or zest in water in recipes. Completely avoid starchy vegetables and large fruits like potatoes and bananas. You cannot have bananas at all. You cannot have potatoes at all while you're in ketosis. Let's see what else I got for you. I want to make sure to hit like all the key points. Some examples of dairy that you can eat. You can eat Greek yogurt, heavy whipping cream, mayonnaise, cottage cheese, cream cheese, sour cream, mozzarella, brie, blue, Kobe, Monterey Jack, hard cheeses, aged cheddar, Parmesan, feta, Swiss. Dairy is a great way to add extra fats into meals by creating sauces or fatty side dishes like cream spinach, which I make all the time. All the time. I love cream spinach. I love cheese, period. If I couldn't have cheese, I wouldn't be able to stick with it. You should always take this into account when pairing dairy with protein heavy dishes. Some examples of commonly consumed beverages on keto are water. You can even drink still or sparkling. Broth. Coffee. I'm sure if you're a coffee drinker, they tell you to add butter into your coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so that doesn't apply to me, but you can add butter in your coffee. Tea. Try to stick with black or green tea. Those are your better options, and you're gonna have to like it like straight up because you can't add sugar unless it's stevia, and stevia has a nasty aftertaste. I'm not here for it. And I'm from the South, so our sugar is like, I mean, our tea is loaded with sugar and lemon, so I don't even, just drink water. Just drink water. You can have coconut milk. You can have almond milk, unsweetened. Diet soda. You really shouldn't drink it at all. Like, period. You should not be drinking anything with water, tea, or coffee. Almond milk and coconut. But if you like cannot do without soda, you can have diet soda. But it's gonna result to you having more sugar cravings, so you're pretty much gonna lose your appetite if you stick with keto. But then that the diet soda is gonna increase your wants and desire for sugary items, so it's just best to cut it out cold turkey if you can. And it can lead to sugar cravings and insulin spikes in the long run. Flavoring. The small packets that are flavored with stevia are fine. You can also add lemon, lime, orange, like squeeze into a water bottle. Alcohol. Choose hard liquor. More beer and wine will be too high carb to consume, so no beer, no wine on this. But I have seen some people do like a red wine ever so often. Now, when I first started, I just cut out alcohol completely, like nothing. But then I like have gone out with homegirls lately and I'll have like a glass, but my tolerance for alcohol is so low, I don't even finish like a glass of liquor anymore. It's too fattening. It's best for you to just do like a vodka tonic or something like that instead of anything that's mixed, like a lemon drop or anything like that. It has way too much sugar in it. Frequent consumption of alcohol will slow your weight loss down. So what do you want? You want a slim waist or you want that buzz? Pick one. In short, you should eat real food, meat, eggs, nuts, yogurt, vegetables, and occasionally some fruits. Apart from the obvious limitation of net carb content in foods, it is also recommended to avoid processed food and any food that may contain preservatives and colorings. So, that is honestly the long and short of what you can do. So here's some non-starchy vegetables: leafy greens, Swiss chard, spinach, lettuce, chives, and then kale, radishes, celery stalk, asparagus, cucumber, summer squash, zucchini, spaghetti squash, bamboo shoots. And then you can have avocado. You can use like condiments. You can use pork rinds for breading. You can have mayonnaise, mustard, pesto, bone broth, pickles, kimchi. Let's see. All spices and herbs, lemon or lime juice, and zest. You can have wheat protein, but beware of the additives and artificial sweeteners. You can have egg white protein and gelatin. You want to eat occasionally. Eat occasionally. Green cabbage, red cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, turnips, pretty much all the veggies that I love you can have, but in moderation. So maybe like once or twice a week you can have like cauliflower dish or broccoli. You don't want to eat it every day because you're just not supposed to on keto. You can have eggplant, tomatoes, and peppers. Parsley, spring onion, leek onion, garlic, mushrooms, winter squash, so pumpkin. Okra, bean sprouts, sugar snap peas, wax beans, French artichokes, and then blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, cranberries, mulberries, coconut, and olives. You're supposed to have in moderation. So you can have them, but eat them occasionally. So you're not, in strawberries, you're supposed to eat even less. You can have blueberries and blackberries and cranberries and raspberries more often, but strawberries you need to eat even less. We went over dairy. Nuts, you can have macadamia nuts, which are very low in carbs, high in omega-3s. And you can have pecans, almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, pine nuts, flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, Brazil nuts. Okay? Don't eat too many Brazilian nuts though. And I think that's about it. Some vegetables, fruit, nuts, and seeds with average carbos or carbohydrates. It depends on your daily carb allowance that you can still eat, which would be a carrot, a beetroot, parsnip, sweet potato. It's better to tell yourself you can't have sweet potato than try to convince yourself that you can have sweet potato and then you over consume it. So you can have sweet potato like once every 2 weeks. Let's just say that, because you don't want to consume that much starch too often. You can have watermelon ever so often. You can have cantaloupe. You can have honeydew melons, again, ever so often. It should not be a regular occurrence because you can't have it on the regular. So for fruit, let's go back to fruit. Tropical fruit, or where am I at? Hold on. Oh no, I'm gonna get into that in a second. Let's just say a few things that you should probably avoid completely, or it's better to avoid completely. Peach, nectarine, apple, grapefruit, kiwi, orange, plums, cherries, pears, and fig. Okay, you can have it like once a year, but it's better to just don't tell yourself you can't have it at all. Alcohol, you can have dry red wine, dry white wine, but it's better to just avoid it altogether for weight loss. Now, if you're in weight loss maintenance, then you can have a little bit of alcohol. Avoid completely. Write this down. You cannot have any of this at all. All grains, even wholemeal, even wheat. No sugar, no sweets, no pasta of any kind, no white potatoes, nothing. No agave syrup, no table sugar, no ice creams, no cakes, no sweet puddings, no sugary soft drinks. Okay? Factory farmed pork and fish, I don't know what fish is. Pork and fish is high in omega-6 fatty acid. So you need to avoid fish high in mercury. Processed foods. Let's see. Artificial sweeteners that you shouldn't have are Splenda, Equal. They may cause cravings. Stay away from sunflower oils, cottonseed, canola, soybean, grapeseed, and corn oil. And margarine. You also want to stay away from anything low fat, low carb, and zero carb products, like all of them. Completely. Anything that says low fat, low carb, or zero carb, just don't have. You don't want to have milk at all. Like whole, well, yeah. Only small amounts of full fat milk is allowed. Milk is not recommended for several reasons. Firstly, all the dairy product milk is difficult to digest and it lacks the good bacteria. Secondly, it's quite high in carbs, 4 to 5 grams of carbs per 100 milliliters. Damn. For coffee and tea, replace milk with cream in reasonable amounts. We already talked about alcohol. So tropical fruit, you can't have pineapple, mango, banana, papaya, etc. Also avoid fruit juices. Yes, even the 100% juice. Better drink smoothies if any, but either way, very limited. Juices are like sugary water, but smoothies have fiber, which is at least more, which is more better. It's better for you. This also includes dry fruits, like all dried fruits. You can't have it. And then you should avoid soy products. And that's about it. So those are the main things. I'm also going to put the links down below of the websites where you can find recipes, because there are some really good recipes. Like I make a mean cauliflower macaroni and cheese, so there's no pasta in it. I substitute the pasta for cauliflower. I'll put that down below, and I'll put a few links just to give you ideas of food that you can have. And I'll probably insert yeah, I'll probably also insert that into like some pictures of some different food, just so you have an idea. But there's a lot of things you can't eat, but there's even more that you can. And if you want to lose weight, you have to make some adjustments. You can't continue to eat what you've been eating to get to the weight that you are, and then expect everything just to come together and you be fine as hell just because you know, made 1 or 2 changes. Like, it is a big change. It's an adjustment, but honestly, you get used to it. Like, I started in October and I was very strict with it, and I just researched like keto friendly meals for like meals that I like. So I like a pizza every once in a while, so instead of the bread I do like cauliflower pizza crust. I found a really good like cupcake recipe that was, you know, protein friendly. There's things that you can do that it doesn't feel like you're missing anything, but you just have to find out what works for you and understand what you can and cannot have, so you can make better decisions in terms of eating correctly. So in my previous video, I actually did some quick fast food options just so you can see what it is that you can have if you're looking for something quick in order to pick up. And then I'll also do like a video just of different meals eventually. Give it some time, but I'm gonna get it together. And again, I'll have all links down below. I'll show the before and after pictures just so you can see. With me, I started in October. Like I keep saying, I keep repeating myself because I literally, in my first video about keto, I got asked the same question like over 100 times. So I am 5'6". I started at 246 pounds. I'm currently 172 pounds, which means I am 74 pounds down. I am not currently on a strict keto diet. I'm more so of Atkins-y. But I'm getting back on keto because I want to lose another 20 pounds. And what else can I say? I did research. That's all I can say. It does get a bit confusing, so if y'all have some questions like, hey Chanel, I looked at this and I'm still unsure of what I should do, feel free to comment below and ask me. But Reddit and things like that are awesome places for you to find out all the information you need. This video has gotten very, very long, so I'm gonna have to end it. I love you guys. Again, I'll put some before and after so you can see. And I did keto as well as intermittent fasting. I will have a separate video about intermittent fasting because there's a lot to that as well. But I hope this helps. Good luck on your weight loss journey. I know it's a struggle because I'm a yo-yo dieter from way back. So I totally get it, but this has probably been the only thing that I've been able to stick with. And it doesn't feel like I'm like depriving myself of all the good food. So good luck, God bless, and enjoy your day.